see you as well. Nice to see you, and nice energy for a school night. That was the theme to my cable show. Did you know that, Tom? Have you ever seen my cable show? Or?
Yes, I have.
Cable for you probably is pretty much like a Saturday night, isn't it? It's just probably the most exciting thing in your life.
It is pretty hot.
How many of you have seen my cable show? Yeah, great. Well, then you'll be interested to know I also have a talk show on ham radio, and you'll need a police scanner pretty soon to keep track of my career, if you know what I'm talking about. I'll be going to a Mr. Microphone pretty soon. Anyway, how many days since the Super Bowl? Today is Thursday. The Super Bowl is on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 5 days. They're still excited, the Giants, about the Super Bowl. Of course, we have Phil Simms tonight. That's the way the Giants must feel. I don't think they've yet come down from their win, and I think it'll take a few more days before the excitement wears off and they realize that they still live in New Jersey. President Reagan sent a cake to Iran. Gee, wasn't that thoughtful, sort of to patch things up? Did you see this in the newspaper? He sent a Bible and a cake. A cake is a very nice gesture to patch things up. And I would have been like to in on that decision. I think that was a very difficult decision to make because, you know, Bush wanted to send a Carvel cookie puss, and, you know, Schultz said, can't we just send an FTD Dickler bouquet and save on the budget? Well, and the Chinese New Year is today, I believe. This will work out fine. Let me say this right now. This is not my regular job. Happy New Year to the Chinese people. First of all, China is entering the space race this year, which seems only appropriate. They invented fireworks, and they have now said as soon as they find a bottle big enough to put the rocket in, they're going up into space, so that'll be great. And Chinese names all sound the same to me. Have you ever noticed this? Wing Lao, Qing Lu. I was in Chinatown once and yelled, "Hey, you," and half the people turned around. I swear to God. And they said, "Who, me?" And the other half turned around. Miss Rhode Island allegedly is under investigation because they allegedly found some drugs on her or something, and evidently she came in first in the bathing suit competition, I guess first in talent and third in the urinalysis. So when you add it all up. Actually, my friend, and those are beautiful girls, too. My friend called me up. I have my best friend is dating a girl, and he called me up, and he said, you know, the first thing she said this morning was, "I feel fat." And I said, well, you tell her that means she probably went to bed fat, because you don't wake up in the morning and just to put on 30 pounds. You know what I'm talking about? And women say it in an accusatory way to men. They go, you know, "I feel fat." Well, don't look at me. I didn't force feed you. You know what I'm talking about? I bought a new car. I bought a Porsche. Actually, it's my second one. I traded in my old one. It was worth like $8,000. I got $40 in trade-in. I bought this car, and car salesmen will tell you anything to sell you a car. Are there any car salesmen here? Sure, you don't admit it when you're off the lot, do you? I look at this car, and it has a white interior, which I can't have because I'm a messy guy. I'm a pig, and I need dark interior or it's going to get dirty, right? So the salesman says, we only have white interior, but what you do is you put black carpet pads down, you get black seat covers, you know. I'm thinking this will be great. I can put contact paper on the dash. This will be great. So, you know, I bought it, and I do. I have contact paper on the dash, wood grain. It looks like shelving. It's beautiful. It's like driving your kitchen. I didn't know what a tachometer was, you know. I just got this car. I looked up. I thought I was doing 2,500 miles an hour. You know what I mean? You know, a cop stopped me. He said, you know how fast you're going? I said, 2,500 miles an hour. I can't believe it myself. It must have got away from me. Although you still try to lie when a cop stops you. You go, oh, I was doing 2430. It's like a game show when a cop stops you, isn't it? The cop just, you know how fast you were going? You go, 60. He goes, higher. 65. 65. He goes higher. 66, 67, 68. 68 is it. What do we have for him, Bob? Here you go. The most wimpy ticket you can get. I got a jaywalking ticket. I mean, you just feel like a jerk. I don't know. I feel like a jerk most of the time anyway. But I'm crossing the street, and I'm up on the curb. You know, you walk across the street. I'm on the sidewalk, and a motorcycle cop comes up. You know, and I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was the hair police. You know, it was windy. I figure my hair looks goofy. I'm getting a citation, you know? Because he had his helmet, and I thought he was going to say, would you put this on, Gary? Your hair looks bad. And you've got to figure that the cop feels as stupid as you do. I mean, he's giving you a jaywalking ticket, yet they're as serious as can be. You know, I mean, he's got his hand on his gun, and he comes up to me and he says, you know, you crossed in the middle of the block, and I'm going to have to give you a citation. I said, gee, is this going to go on my record, or can I go to walking school and have this taken off? And the cop goes, what did you say? You know, and I said, well, I was wondering, what I said was, if I get 3 of these, do you take my shoes? How does it... I bought a house. I live in the valley because, you know, I have no reason to live. And and I can't, you know, I'm a little boy inside, and I can't believe I have this house. And this girl came over, and she said, well, do you have a decorator? And I said, yeah, right. Yeah, he picked out the NFL sheets and pillowcases. Yeah. I bought, and real estate salesmen are as bad as car salesmen. You know this. Are there any real estate salesmen here? See, same thing, right? All right. So I look at this house, and LA is very expensive. For those of you around the country, I think we have one of the highest market values here. It's like, I look at this house, it's like $300,000 on a hill, 2 bedrooms, $300,000. The realtor says, but it has a great view. For 300 grand, I better open up the curtains and see breasts against the window, ladies and gentlemen. This is not my regular job. My guests tonight are Carrie Fisher, Justine Bateman, Frank Olivier, and Phil Simms from the New Jersey Giants. Stay tuned. This is not my regular job.
It's the way we start the morning, the way we close a deal. It's the way we share a secret, the way we end a meal. Drinking all kind of coffee, good to the last drop. Hey, only Maxwell has fresh flavor. Tastes like coffee made our way. Only Maxwell has fresh flavor. Tastes like coffee made our way. It's the way we write a letter, the way we set the stage. It's the way we break the winner's take, no matter what our age. Drinking all kind of coffee, good to the last drop. Hey, only Maxwell has fresh flavor. Tastes like coffee made our way. Only Maxwell has fresh flavor. Tastes like coffee made our way. Only Maxwell has fresh flavor.
If you move it, I'll be happy.
Since 1925, America has loved the taste of Hershey's Mr. Goodbar. The magic combination of fresh, crunchy peanuts and creamy Hershey's chocolate. Millions of Mr. Goodbars later, the taste goes on. Because millions of people agree, good peanuts and good chocolate make a very good bar.
It's not just good.
It's great.
I'm looking at you, and I like what I see at Supercuts. Looking good, looks easy to me. Oh, they love what they do. I can tell it's Supercuts. I guess that's why they do it so well. That's why I wanna let them do it for me now. And now I'm looking at me, and I like what I see at Supercuts. Looking good is so easy.
Welcome back. So now, let me ask you, nice to see you.
Nice to see you,
as always,
too.
and nice to be back.
You act like you're going to ask me something about my suit, right?
Well, I may act that way, but no, I wasn't going to ask you. But, you know, we could talk about it.
To wear Giants blue. And then we got Phil Simms there tonight.
Yeah, I can't picture...
and incidentally, it's not the New Jersey Giants, I don't believe, isn't it?
But we'll find out
the
when...
New York Giants.
Phil, yes, but, you know, I think they play in New Jersey, Doc. You don't probably know much about sports, judging from the way you dress, but I wouldn't...
No,
I wouldn't be that concerned about it. I'll fill you in. Do you know what football is?
Yeah, it's an ancient American custom. I don't know.
It's an ancient American custom. I think I've heard it described that way many, many times.
Of course I know what it is. I happen to be a very big sports fan.
Well, you know, betting at the track doesn't really count.
You mean there are other sports?
I think Phil's gonna be really happy to meet you. We'll take care of this. Well, we'll find out if it's the New Jersey.
I already know Phil Simms. So
Phil doesn't need, in my opinion, a big introduction. If you didn't watch the Super Bowl, go get something to drink. Come back. We'll have chicks and everything later on. He had an amazing game, and he won it 39-20 for the New York Giants. Phil Simms. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Amazing game.
Thank you.
And you must get tired of hearing that, huh?
No, you don't get tired of hearing that. That's something you like.
Amazing game. Now, put this controversy to end. Is it the New Jersey or the New York Giants?
Good question. You know, I got to be careful how I answer this because it can get me in a lot of trouble. But somebody asked me today, and the only way I can answer that is I get a check each week.
Right.
And it says...
How are you? Thanks for coming out in this. Bob? Good to see you. Listen, you get unloaded, I'll be right back to you, all right? Thanks. Now, we've brought in some energy consultants to show us exactly where we're losing heat in this house. My friends Ann and Ward live here.
I know how you feel. That's paid in quarters. It's a whole nother story. Phil, you had an amazing game. All right, you completed, was it 88? 88%.
22 or 25.
I mean, basketball players don't shoot that, if you think of it that way.
Well, that's a good...
You follow me?
I haven't thought of it that way, no.
88%, 22 out of...
25.
25.
Yes.
What does it feel like to be... Now, not every game is like that. I want to know what it feels like to be that hot. Did you just go in and it just is there? It must surprise you sometimes to be that hot.
Well, it's like somebody said, it was surprising that I completed that many passes or that high percentage because our team is generally not a high completion percentage team. In other words, we throw the ball down the field a little, and our goal during the season is to hit 55%. So to hit 88% is quite an accomplishment for us. But we were fortunate. We threw a lot of little short passes, and you know, that gets the percentage up. So that was
right. And actually, about 50% of those were handoffs that you got in that they counted as passes, weren't they?
No, they didn't do that. No, I really have a good percentage if that was true.
Now, you didn't. What did you do the night before to get ready? This has always been a cure. I want to see if we prepare the same way.
Oh, well, yes, I'm sure we do. The night before...
Oh, really? Well, I'm very sorry.
Yes.
I pictured you doing something a lot more fun than praying. But all right, go on. And begging and pleading. But go on.
I do that, too. Oh, yeah. The night before, I usually don't get too nervous. Like during the regular season night before, I usually sleep real good, and I don't concern myself too much about the game the next day. But I have to admit, with the Super Bowl and all the media that it attracts and the attention, that I started getting nervous, I guess, about Friday before the game. And then Saturday night, I went to bed, and I just sat there, and I kept staring at the TV, and I said, well, I know I can't go to sleep. So I'll watch TV for another half hour and see if I can go to sleep. Well, at 3 o'clock, I thought, well, I got to go to sleep sometime here. And I turned the TV off, and I rolled over, and I probably really slept no more than a half hour the whole night.
Now, do you get, when that happens to me, which it does, seriously, sometimes if I have to perform and do something that makes me nervous the next day, I sleep like 2 hours, and then that makes me nervous that I didn't sleep. Do you just drop that out of your head?
Oh, yeah, that doesn't bother me at all. I mean, in fact, I almost kind of like it. You know, I like to be, believe it or not, I like to be just a little tired for the game. In other words, it won't make me as nervous, or I won't be as high-strung.
But you're not like in the huddle going, yeah, go deep.
Oh, yeah, I'm not that.
Go really deep.
Yeah.
What? Oh, our ball? Yeah.
That's only when I get knocked silly, I act like that. But
now, what does it feel like to get knocked silly? Speaking of that, what about that tackle?
Well, you should know.
Yeah, I have often been knocked silly. And by the way, I could play football. I actually,
you could?
If the USFL was still here, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be
playing,
doing comedy. I would be. I'd be a linebacker. What college did you go to?
I went to a small school in Kentucky called Morehead State.
And
can't be graduates of Morehead State, but must be from Kentucky.
Is there someone from Morehead State?
Right here.
Right here. What year did you graduate?
Oh.
Didn't graduate.
That's where I got him stuck. Didn't graduate.
Yeah, that's right.
Sports scholarship?
Must be an athlete.
He said the same thing. You said the same thing, didn't you? We simultaneously said must be an athlete. Okay,
yeah.
Then you were drafted.
In 1979.
You were drafted in 79, and you were a first-round pick for the Giants?
Right, that's right.
All right, and then what does that feel like? You go, well, I just want to know what that feels like.
Well, it felt great, especially for me. I played at such a small school, and basically, of course, the people from New York have never heard of me before I was drafted, and it's funny, like getting worked out for the draft. I started getting worked out by professional coaches, scouts, and everybody of teams, and they worked me out from the time my senior season was over all the way up to the draft day, which was the end of April. And after all these workouts, I realized from what the coaches had told me and all these people, they said that I was going to be a first-round draft pick, and then I knew the New York Giants were going to draft me about a week before the draft. And I thought, well, the people of New York are going to be thrilled to hear that I'm their first-round draft pick.
Right.
So.
I mean, they didn't know you.
Oh, of course not. Nobody knew. You know, even my college teammates had no idea that I was going to be a first-round draft pick. I only told a couple of them, my close friends, because they were not exposed to any of this. And I said, you know, I'm going to go in the first round of the draft. And they said, no, kid. And I said, yes, you know, the New York Giants are going to take me. And they said, oh, they couldn't believe it because, you know, at times I couldn't believe it either. But but it was truly a great experience, and you know, a lot of hard work, of course, went into that. So it was enjoyable.
Is it well, first of all, this will be the game. It's funny how these things happen in one's life. This will be the game that just really establishes you. It was an amazing performance, and everybody says you've really proven yourself. It's funny, you've played a lot of years, and this will be the one game that just solidifies it.
Well, this is, you know, for quarterbacks, it's the game that you have to win and have to play well in to seem like get the recognition and be considered one of the good quarterbacks, I guess. And I hope it does that for me, but if I'd have lost it, I still would have felt like I've done a lot in professional football.
Now, after the game, they go into the locker room, right? Now, is this the first season that I didn't see champagne in the locker room, Phil?
I don't know. I don't know if the NFL's ever had champagne.
I mean, there wasn't a huge celebration after this game, at least in the Giants locker room.
Oh, no. We were celebrating pretty hard in there. I mean, you know, we were...
Well,
we just didn't have champagne. I mean, there was nothing to shake and spray on people, but we still had a good time. We raised a lot of noise and had a good time later after this.
You can say a lot of, he can say raised hell, they raised a lot of hell. He can say that, can't he? Go ahead and say we raised a lot of hell.
Okay, we raised a lot of hell.
There you go. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. This is not my regular job.
I'm about to offend a lot of steak lovers by covering this beautiful sirloin with ketchup. You wouldn't do that, right? Yet you'd pour ketchup on a burger. And isn't that chopped steak? Try A1 steak sauce on your burger instead of ketchup. Its herbs and spices bring out the natural flavor of steaks. It makes hamburgers taste like steak burgers. So don't cover it, discover it with A1. Then save the ketchup for your fries.
There are 3 nevers in fashion design. Never confuse fad with fashion. Never forget it's your name on every label. And when showing your line to the press, never let them see you sweat.
That's what Dry Idea Solid is all about. Maximum control. It keeps you drier than any other solid.
Feeling tense is understandable. Looking tense is unfashionable.
Dry Idea. Never let them see you sweat.
Okay, Kroger. You're telling me your cost-cutter prices will make a difference. Show me.
Okay, check out these prices. Cost-cutter prices on your favorite brands. Kroger saves you money every week on the best quality names because Kroger wants to cut your costs where it really counts. And these are just a few of the ways you'll save. This week, count on cost-cutter prices to save you more.
They really do.
See the difference cost-cutter prices make. Go Krogering.
When you think quality furniture, think Garrett's Furniture. Before you buy any furniture, see Garrett's Furniture. Whatever the need, if it's for the home, trust Garrett's Furniture. When you want the very best for your home, buy Garrett's Furniture. Top name brands, great selections for every room, and free delivery throughout the area. That's Garrett's Furniture. Serving all of Central Kentucky since 1952. Garrett's Furniture, Main Street, Carlisle.
Welcome back. Yes. We're moving on. Phil said that's it because, you know, he's just starting to peak. You know, this is like he did 3 or 4 plays and now he's ready to really go.
That's right.
You know, because it's the second half. He's a second half man. All right, now, my next guest is one of my favorites. She's a wonderful actress and now an author. We'll talk about her book. And she's terrific. Carrie Fisher. Nice to see you.
Thank you very much.
Did you ever, would you ever date a jock? Were you ever attracted to those kind of guys?
I have an edible problem, so I only date singers. If he was a comic, my father, I probably would be sitting on that side of the desk.
In case anybody
right
wonders,
now.
Her parents are Eddie Fisher and
Victimone and June Allison.
Victimone and June Allison. Eddie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds. And my folks, of course. Irvin Muriel Shandling.
The Shandling.
The Shandlings. But did you ever, never dated a jock? I can't picture you.
Not till tonight, I guess. This is where, no, but this is sort of, talk shows are like singles bars for celebrities. We all meet here and then we start dating.
I never really ever think of it that way, but I bought you this little gift.
No.
Now, actually, speaking of which, I'm surprised you're here. You know that.
I know.
Because Carrie, I first met Carrie on The Tonight Show about 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Johnny was hosting then. And I was sitting here and I said to you in the break, you said you're funny, and you said, and I said, would you want to come and see me perform? And you gave me your phone number and said, call me. And 4 days later, you married Paul Simon. 4 days, ladies and gentlemen.
One of the reasons I married him was to get out of that date with you.
It's come to that.
Which Paul found out about.
And is that when it broke up, then?
It was part of the thing, yeah. Also caused he and Artie to break up, too.
I actually was the one who came between the Beatles, if the truth be known. But then, the first time I guest hosted, you canceled.
Mm-hmm.
The second time I guest hosted, you canceled. This is all true. The third time I guest hosted, you canceled. And for wonderful reasons. A dog bite.
It's true, look.
Yeah.
A Rottweiler.
Yeah.
And my bird died on one occasion. No, it's true. I get it's like a hex. I get pet tragedies when I'm going to come on. I've been subpoenaed tonight, though. You didn't even, I had to appear tonight, and nothing happened with any of my animals.
I didn't even know, first of all, you had a bird.
I have another bird. The last time I came on The Tonight Show, my bird Bill died the night before.
Now, that's a cute name for a bird, Bill, because that's what they have. Were you torn on the name? Did you think of tail first, or how did you...
His full name was...
I had a bird once. It was just called Uh-oh, look what you did on the paper. But it was an Indian name. All right, so... I'm sorry, go on.
No, I have... You know.
Tell me about the bird.
Now I have a new bird named Joan because Bill is no longer with us.
And you named your bird Joan?
Yes.
And what is Joan like?
She doesn't really like me that much. She doesn't. She doesn't like people. She should belong to another bird. They can't afford these kind of birds.
Oh, don't tell me. This is a horrible date so far. Do we have to take a commercial break and we'll come back? Okay, we'll come right back and we'll talk some more. Hang in there. This is not my regular job. This is too short.
Right now, it's building up on your teeth. A hard, ugly wall called tartar, and only your dentist can pull it down. But this wall won't stay down for long. So now there's new Colgate Tartar Control toothpaste with TC3, clinically proven to reduce ugly tartar buildup, so your teeth will feel cleaner and smoother. New Colgate Tartar Control with fluoride fights tartar buildup for that fresh from the dentist feeling of clean.
Guess what's coming to dinner? New Le Menu Lifestyle. Elegant dinners with under 350 calories. Like sherry glazed chicken, white and wild rice, and broccoli florets. Le Menu Lifestyle dinners. The first light dinners with Le Menu sense of style.
At Stokely USA, we care a lot about what goes in here. We plant our finest seeds in our finest farmland for our finest harvest, which goes lickety-split into our finest cans. Whether it's corn, peas, green beans, or any of our vegetable, fruit, and tomato products, we really care about quality. Because what goes in here goes in here. Give your family the finest, Stokely's finest, and look for our new white lining.
Ball Homes has some good news and some bad news. First, the good news. You can buy a new Ball home for less today than in 1984, much less. For instance, in 1984, Ball Homes Stanford and Ashmore was $1,051 per month. Now, in 1987, you can buy the same home for just $620 per month. Low interest rates, that's the good news. The bad news is, if you don't call Ball Homes now, you could miss out on the best interest rates in years.
The man.
Who the hell do you think you're talking to?
The woman.
Lyndon, you are frightening me.
The movie.
We'll show that cowboy what the Kennedys are really made of.
The remarkable leader you never really knew. Randy Quaid stars in a 3-hour television event. LBJ, The Early Years. Sunday.
Time, it's the right time when Dixie's changing right with you.
Do you like beef stew? How about chuck roast? Get both with a U.S. Choice whole boneless chuck roll for a low $1.19 a pound. Save up to $21. 15 pounds of Harvest Fresh U.S. #1 russet baking potatoes are $1.99. And a pound of Maxwell House coffee is just $2.59.
When Dixie's changing right with you.
Winn-Dixie, America's supermarket.
We're a small town, homegrown, made the way you make your own pizza.
Tombstone.
I laid it on and loaded up with lots of mozzarella on the pizza.
Tombstone. We pile on the goodness.
We load it with real cheese.
We're sure the taste of Tombstone's gonna please your family.
We're a small town, homegrown, made the way you make your own pizza.
Tombstone. Made the way you make your very own. Tombstone.
This is it, the once-a-year home remodeling sale at Furl. Our biggest ever. Savings on things you need to get started. Save $5 on this carefree washless faucet with spray, sale price $39.99. Kitchen cabinets 50 to 60% below manufacturer's suggested list every day. Believe it. And there's savings like these store-wide. Don't miss out, the once-a-year home remodeling sale going on now at Furl.
Don't do it yourself without us.
Furl.
The new Newlywed Game, weeknights at 7 on WLEX TV.
Now, I have Bob Osberg, our director. I didn't tell him I had this photo. This is a wedding photo of you and Paul. Is this
great.
and you married him 4 days after you met me. And,
Yes.
This is what what really could have been had you. You want to get a shot of that, Bob?
I can't see
Bob?
it, though.
Bob? There's the... Just keep that little picture.
If my father had been a comic.
Now, also, you have this wonderful book coming out in the summer called Postcards from the Edge that I've read 20 pages of because I just got it a couple weeks ago. And, no, I read very slowly. I move my lips, and and all that, I'm stupid. And even when I watch a mime, I move my lips. And it's a wonderful book. It's a very funny book. Are you a disciplined writer, Carrie?
No, kind of. I write with the television on. I watch cable television. It makes me concentrate when I have something to work against.
Really?
I swear, I don't like to write in the quiet. It drives me crazy. I can hear myself think. I like to force it.
Well, do you...
No, go ahead. No, save me.
I mean, do you ever... No, it's fine. Do you ever look at what you've written, though, and you've just started to type out stuff that you heard on television and it filtered through? I mean, I could never write while the television is on.
I think if I had an EEG, they'd have reruns of Gilligan's Island and the Brady Bunch and all of that. But no, I don't type either. I longhand.
Is that right?
Yes. Isn't this fascinating?
This is unbelievably fascinating. I wish I could read them some. That's what I was going to do, but they'll get the book. It comes out in the summer.
Yes.
And you want to tell them what the book is about, or?
It's about obsession, I think. Obsession of all kinds.
Is that right?
Yes.
What kinds of obsessions are there?
Romantic, drugs, self, career. Did I say self?
So we know what yours are. All right. And you look great, by the way. You know, before, if I may, without being rude, you came to me before and you said, gee, I'm retaining water and I don't even want to go on tonight.
Yes, it's true. I often retain fluids for many celebrities that can't retain their own water. I'm retaining Whitney Houston's water right now. Well, she's obviously not retaining her own, so somebody had to. And your hair looks very good. You're always upset about your hair.
Thank you. It's odd. My hair's actually retaining water tonight. I didn't want to come on. Your reality is a little different than most people's.
Yes, I guess so.
And you said that to me. You said your reality is so different. Is it because of your parents, huh?
Hollywood inbreeding. It's why part of my skull isn't quite grown over right back there.
Is that right? See, I grew up in Tucson, Arizona. I'm a regular guy, so it's hard. No, that's true. What? I grew up in Tucson, Arizona.
But I think everybody thinks that their family is supposed to be like Father Knows Best. And so I watched that, too, and I realized there was a discrepancy, even though those were actors, too.
So you're frustrated in a different way, because people who don't have show business parents think, God, it would be great if my folks were in show business, you know, and you look at your folks sometimes.
I want like a regular, yeah. Mom, hi, Dad, what's for dinner tonight? Stuff like that.
So the grass is always greener on the other side.
The lawn, yes. I guess so. I always imagined that it would be better to have regular parents, like Ozzie and Harriet. Those aren't regular parents, but I thought other people had like a better time, even though I had a nice time.
But now you're functioning great, you're happy.
But I seem okay. I'm very, very nervous. I always seem okay when I'm nervous. I get nauseous.
You seem okay when you're nervous. And what happens when you're okay? Do you seem nervous?
I seem nervous.
I'm confused.
But I'm always nervous. People told me that I should, my grandmother's here with me tonight, and she told me I should just be myself because I tend to act like other people when I'm nervous.
Now, is your grandmother in show business?
Well, only because the whole family is. But not really. She was a wardrobe woman. Does that count?
Yeah, it does count. You just have a showbiz family.
That's right, the whole family.
We have to have a long talk.
Okay.
We'll come right back. Hang in there.
If you want fish that really tastes fresh, you'll love the fresh taste of Vandy Camps. But you gotta catch them first. Vandy Camps, the freshest ideas in frozen fish.
I don't hide my real feelings, do you? I express them, show what I'm really made of. Even the way I wear my hair shows how I feel, either up or long and natural. But I always wanted healthy looking, so I use Clairol Condition. Condition products are good for my hair. Protein-enriched shampoos and treatments, alcohol-free styling mousses, even hairsprays that won't dull or dry out my hair. Good, healthy-looking hair says a lot about someone. Condition hair care. Come on, show them what you're really made of.
Brock's knows the art of making chocolates. Take Brock's chocolate-covered mints. Real oil of peppermint makes cool, creamy centers, drenched in Brock's rich, real dark chocolate. Chocolate-covered mints, a work of art, because nobody treats America like Brock's.
Diet Coke and Diet Sprite want to take you on a cruise.
Hooey, hooey, baby, hooey, hooey, baby, hooey, hooey, baby. Won't
let us take you on a sea cruise.
Enter the Diet Coke Diet Sprite Taste the Good Life sweepstakes and win a Norwegian Caribbean Lines cruise. Look for details at participating stores. Diet Coke and Diet Sprite with 100% NutraSweet say,
won't you let us take you on a sea cruise?
A tea party.
What did you bring?
Kraft cheese and macaroni.
Preposterous. It says quite plainly, Kraft macaroni and cheese.
I know.
Then say what you mean.
I did. I meant Kraft cheese and macaroni. It's the cheesiest, and it's the cheese that makes it taste so good.
Quite so. Then it should say so.
It says so.
This is Wonderland.
Annie. Only in Wonderland.
Welcome back. Welcome back. My next guest plays Mallory Keaton on NBC's Family Ties, and will start shooting her first feature film, Sweet Little Rock and Roller, in May. Would you please welcome Justine Bateman.
Well, Gary, thank you. Your hair does look nice tonight, but I noticed it was a little flat. I don't know if you got it cut or you just ran out of mousse, so I bought you a bottle of...
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, you can just put it away. We shouldn't do this in front of these people.
This is the singles bar of the celebrities, isn't it? This is so nice. This is called Fizz Extra, and there are many things I can do with this. You know, does it really look flat, though? I mean, you don't want to come out.
Now that I see it, you got it cut, but...
Justine, don't come out and just attack my hair. I won't be able to function the rest of the show. You like it, though, don't you?
Yes.
If the truth be known.
Yes.
Did you watch me when your brother was on?
I did. I was really sick last time I was supposed to be on, and
everybody cancels
my mother propped me up in bed, and I watched it. I did, and I.
Your mother propped you up in bed.
She was taking care of me.
And your brother came on.
I appreciate the flowers and the perfume you gave my brother. I took it off of him. I didn't think a young, influential boy should have things like that from you, Gary.
Let me explain this just a minute. See, Justine was supposed to be on the show, and this is not unlike the Carrie Fisher story, except that Justine was supposed to be on the show and canceled, and her brother came on the show.
I had food poisoning.
And I gave him flowers and whatnot. Now, that to give to Justine. And did he give them to you?
Yes, he did.
And you liked them?
He did.
Tell me about, you have a video. Let's talk about that.
A video, yes. It's called something I hosted, co-hosted with my brother and Ted Danson's, and it's also, and a number of other people, speaking on the topic of how can I tell I'm really in love? And it's for teenagers and preteens and people like yourself, and to...
Oh, they're applauding that.
They know something I don't.
Well, they know the age of the women I date.
But it's, and it'll be out for sale in February. And
this is an actually what I thought it's an educational video.
Right.
Well, I would actually like to get this.
Well, I have I didn't want to bring it out with the moose and do the whole bit, but I'll get one for you, Gary.
How do you know when you're in love? Is this what you talk about on the tape?
Well, it's a very ambiguous question to try to answer. I mean, my theory is either you know it or you don't. I mean.
Are you in love now?
Yes.
No, I mean at the very second we're speaking. You probably think I mean that in some sweeping general way. Really?
With you? No, with somebody else. Yeah. Sorry.
No, that's okay. This is turn. You did bring me mousse, and just made fun of me in front of millions and millions of people, and Carrie, if I may say, not to interrupt, Carrie's watching the whole show on the monitor, ladies and gentlemen. I'm 4 feet from you, and you're addicted to television, aren't you? You have to. It is so odd, folks. I must tell you, to be talking to someone and see someone 3 feet away like this. It's just a reality I can't connect with. It's like, I'm right here. I'm right here, Carrie.
Yes, sorry.
This is show business, parents.
I'm sorry, I'm right with you.
Did you communicate to your parents through films? Did you go see your mom in a club and yell and heckle her or what? All right, I'm sorry. It just was disconcerting to me.
I understand.
So you're in love. Who's the guy?
As if anyone doesn't know.
I don't know.
No.
Oh, you're always in these publications.
I don't know. Let me just tell the general public.
Okay.
No matter what you read, it's not true. I'm glad I purged that from my system. Yes, name's Bobby. You know, I can't tell you too much about my personal life. It'll mar the image we have here.
What image do we have?
I don't know. Sending me flowers and Gary, I don't know.
Trust me, there's absolutely nothing happening here.
Right,
it's
okay.
It's a friendship. Maybe we can get some beers and pick up girls later. It'll be a wonderful friendship. No, I'm teasing you about that. I'm happy. So you're happy in this relationship.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And you know you're in love just because you are. So what is the educational thing that you do in this videotape? And except to go,
I don't want to give the whole thing away, and nobody will go out and buy it. But it puts you at ease. It lets you know that there are people that are thinking the same things you're thinking. Of course, they're speaking of a younger age group than yourself. Gary, this video is not for you. Is there another? Did you want to move on? Because I think this is so self-deprecating. Do you want to move on?
You know what? We're going to sit here the whole rest of the show and look at each other and not speak. It's never been done. We're going to take a shot at it. No, I was just curious, honestly.
No, if it answers the question?
If you really do drink a lot of coffee, like in that commercial. Do you really drink a lot of coffee?
I doesn't say I drink a lot of coffee.
But you're drinking coffee, and
I take a sip. I drink.
You do drink coffee. You would only do a commercial.
I'm about to say the brand name, but I noticed it is sponsoring the show anyway, so I don't even need to mention it.
Is the show sponsored by that?
In the green room, it was by that coffee. Yes.
Okay, so we won't mention it.
Hey.
You went to a Super Bowl party. Tell me about that.
I did. It was a great game. Went to MTV Super Bowl party. Had a blast.
Yeah, great.
It's really good time. I can't please
So did you meet Phil yet?
I did. I did meet Phil, and I saw him. I was on the 23rd row back. It was very exciting.
Oh, you were at the game?
Yes.
And are you really into sports? Did you like it?
I loved it. I love football.
Did you bet?
No.
Well, why'd you answer like that? I mean, a lot of people,
No, I don't.
Yeah? I lost $2,000. I'm sorry I keep harping on this video, but the thing is I sense you have some information I need to know.
Well, this is
something about men and women and how it works, and I just want to get a little information.
Gary,
what drives you crazy about men, or something? Tell me something.
Well, that's entirely different. I mean, the video you just have to buy, so I'll just leave that subject.
Oh, you have to buy this educational video.
Yes.
Oh, I see. All right.
No, but the things that drive me. It drives me crazy. If you're walking through a club or something, there's a guy against a back wall going. You look at him like, yes? You're talking to me? That's something that's a pet peeve of mine. No, I don't go over.
You're not supposed to do that.
No.
Well, okay. What other things are men? Anything else that just?
Men do. I don't know. Anyone who can't really express themselves intelligently, kind of. Gee,
Well, we'll be, I have to go get some encyclopedias. We'll be right back after this break. Are you upset? You do great. You're not upset.
Sometimes it's hard to find the words that say just what you're feeling. But deep inside you really want to show you love her. And so for all that she's given you, you can say it with a diamond in her heart. She loves a diamond.
Give her what her heart wants most, a diamond.
This week in the National Enquirer, it's America at its most two-timing as Liz nixes a wedding with George Hamilton because of her. It's America at its most revealing as the way you look in the mirror reflects your personality. It's America at its most wasteful as we expose billions in government waste. It's America at its most spiritual as Sherman Hemsley says his mother's ghost advises him on his new series.
That's a good boy, Sherman.
The National Enquirer, yes, America at its best.
Run out and buy the Enquirer now.
Choice is yours. Nobody brings it home like HBO in '87. It's the year to watch, and the time to get it is now. To get HBO installed for just 87 cents, call 1-800-HBO-6000.
Hi, I'm Rich Hall. In order to learn more about why you love Pizza Hut pizza so much, I've asked America to vote for its favorite Pizza Hut pizza. And to encourage you to vote, I've personally convinced Pizza Hut to give you any large pizza for the price of a medium. No need to thank me. Just write large for medium on a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be this big. And bring it to a participating Pizza Hut restaurant. They'll give you any large pizza for the price of a medium. This is what's known as buying votes.
Oh, God. Welcome back. My next guest is a young performer who toured for 2 years in the Broadway production Sugar Babies, and he'll be performing a one-man show, Frank Olivier, not in Kansas, in San Francisco this March, and this is his first appearance on The Tonight Show. Frank Olivier.
Hi, my name is Frank Olivier. I'm going to perform some juggling for you. 5 balls. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there are literally thousands of different methods of juggling 5 balls. Thousands of different 5-ball variations. This is the one I know. I'm just teasing. I'll show you a few different ones. Oh, great. They don't even notice. Hang on. I almost dropped one. I'll get it. Oh, no. Wait. I'll get it. I think I can get it here. You should have seen that. Usually people applaud here. This is only a warm-up for the trick I'm now going to perform. The juggling of 5 balls blindfolded. It's a joke. They have little blindfolds tied on them. Not 5, not 6, but 7 balls. It's 1. I'm ready now. These are torches. Gary, give me a hand here. Hold the torches. Hold the lighter. Okay, stand up for just a moment. Move right over here.
Gee, Frank, I gotta.
This will be fun. This should be a lot of fun. You stand here. You have the torches and you have the lighter. You finish up the juggling act. That's just a joke.
That's okay. Can you give the host a little later?
Yeah.
All right, that'd be great. Okay, what do you want me to do, light them?
No. You hold the torches here. I'll explain what you're to do in a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, I, Frank Olivier, am going to perform the riding of the 6-foot unicycle. But much more dangerous than that, I'm going to perform the mounting of the 6-foot unicycle. This is known as the 6-foot unicycle mount. Whoa! It's known as the 6-foot unicycle mount. I put a foot on the tire, another foot on the pedal. I jump up and come down straddle on the seat. No. Not now. I don't like it when the crowd is funnier than I am. And Gary?
Nice to meet you, by the way.
Oh, nice to meet you. When I ask you to, you step right here, light the torches.
Step right over...
Right here.
Okay.
Light the torches, jump up onto the unicycle. That's another joke. You hand me the torches, all three at once, unlit. It's simple. An idiot could do it. I'm going to be busy up on here.
Unlit or lit?
Unlit.
Okay.
Now, stand back for a moment. Could be dangerous. The 6-foot unicycle mount. As it's known to those performers who have tried and failed, the 6-foot unicycle mount. No. Ow. Okay. Ow. Whoa. Hang on. Wait, not quite yet. Wait, put the torches in your right hand. Now give me your left hand. Hand me the torches. All three. I'm sorry.
Not the hair.
Excuse me. Light the torches over here. That's great, but don't leave yet.
Not the hair.
I'm sorry. You don't mind these jokes, do you, Gary?
No, I'm not.
You're not really angry about the hair. It's very important you follow these last directions to the letter. When I let go of your head, you run. On your mark, get set, get out of here. A big hand. Yeah. Thank you. This will be my finale. This is a trick I've been wanting to try for a long time. Right now, I'm thinking of my torch juggling teacher, and I wonder how he himself would perform this very trick if he were alive today. Here's my method. Wait. Thank you. But wait. I have one final trick. Under the leg. That's right. This might be entitled The Juggler in Heat.
Excuse me. Can I help you?
I'm not sure. I'm looking for the perfect TV. A 27-inch with black matrix, 110-degree angle of deflection, computer-accurate digital access tuning, 178 channels, built-in stereo decoder, and it's got to have infrared remote control that runs the TV, cable, and VCR, even if they're different brands. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. You want a Magnavox.
The perfect picture, the perfect remote. Nobody puts it together like Magnavox.
I can't believe you don't know this stuff. You read the articles.
I read them.
Lay off the saturated fats, watch the cholesterol, and you know what too much salt can do.
What?
It's heavy stuff.
And you still eat like that.
Fleischmann's Light, 25% less fat and salt than margarine, and no cholesterol.
Hey, I want you to care about this.
Okay, Dad.
Hi, I'm Quick.
I'm Crispy.
We're new Quick and Crispy brand French fries.
Restaurant fries you bake at home.
In half the time of the leading fries, 'cause we're quick, like me.
And delicious, like those great fries at hamburger places. Golden crispy, like me. You'll love us.
We're Quick and Crispy. Get it? Quick
and crispy.
For restaurant fries you bake at home.
That's us.
Taste new Quick and Crispy brand French fries.
In 1967, Oliver Stone was a soldier in Vietnam. 10 years later, his screenplay for Midnight Express won the Academy Award. Stone has come a long way from Vietnam, but he has not left it behind. Tom Berenger, Willem Dafoe, Charlie Sheen. The first casualty of war is innocence. The first real movie about the war in Vietnam is Platoon, rated R.
Starts Friday at a theater near you.
Phil, welcome back. Phil, we have 2 minutes left. And Phil, you want to throw me a pass? Because I always wanted to catch a pass from like a professional
You've never caught a
quarterback.
pass, huh?
And never did. Let me do this, and I want to thank everybody for being here, and I love you all. And let's do this as. Where should we do this? Can we move over?
Babe, you're in a
You want me to?
small studio.
Okay, what? How shall I go? Give me a pattern.
I don't know. Where you want to run?
I'll run straight out and do like a button hook kind of thing.
Oh, I do a button hook.
Can we cover me? Here we go. Is that as hard as you can throw? So you're 1 for 1 tonight. Thanks, Phil.
Thank
and will you sign that for me later? Honestly.
That's my ball.
That's Fred's ball. So, anyway, thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Justine. Thank you, Doc. And where's my camera? Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Johnny. And I'll see you all tomorrow night. I'll be back. Good night, everybody.
Next on Late Night with David Letterman, David welcomes comedian Sandra Bernhard. And Saturday night, join Brian Gumbel and Jane Pauley for a primetime celebration. Today at 35.
Randy and Carol were on Late Night last night. Sandra Bernhard of the Columbus Zoo are on tonight.
And by all means, don't be afraid to call your local stations in the middle of the night if something confuses you.
Casey Kasem here, join my wife and her husband on Friday Night Videos.
Hello, I'm Paul Schaefer. Join me this week on Saturday Night Live with Bruce Hornsby.
Begley's, the good health people, brings you a special winter sale. Save on Kleenex soft teak tissues only 69 cents. Helium-filled Mylar balloons 99 cents with greeting card purchase. Framed prints only $2.99. Actifed 24 tablets or 20 capsules $3.19. Primo spray cologne only $6.50. And Viva paper towels jumbo roll only 69 cents. Pick up this week's circular and save during Begley's great winter sale.
What irresistible force has emptied the streets of this Burger King town? This Burger King offer. 2 burgers for $1. Right now, 2 juicy, flame-broiled regular burgers cost just $1. 2 burgers for $1. So everyone's gone to Burger King. 2 delicious burgers for $1. Now more than ever.
This is a Burger King town. We know how burgers should be.
Hey, Jack, what's the story?
Toll-free number for out-of-town guests, dial 1-800-221-6693. Make an appointment. We'll install this Jensen Satura electronic tune digital car stereo system in most cars for just $125. Give me a call. Phone call.
That is Stereo Warehouse. Come home to WLES.
From New York, home of my little puppet friend, Poke.
When you give someone a gift pack from Hickory Farms this Christmas, you're giving them the world. Because we go to Nebraska and Iowa for our award-winning beefsteak, Winstead, Minnesota for Uncle Walt's cheddar, Virginia for our sparkling apple shine cider, and San Francisco for delicious candies. We search the world to find unique foods for our Christmas gift packs. So come to Hickory Farms. We'd like to put one together for you.
Silk always makes me feel sensuous. And when I wear pantyhose that glisten like silk and feel soft and smooth like silk, I feel wonderful all over.
Who makes pantyhose of such exceptional quality and beauty? No nonsense. Yes, it's no nonsense sheer and silky. And even sheerer, dress sheer and silky.
So sheer and oh, so silky.
You've got a date with the Golden Girls.
Yeah, a bunch of us get together and send our pictures into Willett Scott with a note saying we're 100.
They're always ready for a good time.
Okay, let's get the show on the road.
And they really know how to party.
I put on 3 pounds on each side.
When the chips are down.
I never eat chips. They fall in my bra.
It's the most fun you can have on a Saturday night.
Maybe it is and maybe it isn't.
Come home to WLES.
Hi, this is Ed Begley Jr., Dr. Ehrlich. Happy Thanksgiving from all of us on St. Elsewhere.
Later tonight, Johnny welcomes George Carlin and actor Ian McKellen to The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. Then on Late Night with David Letterman, David welcomes the one and only Jack Parr, comedian Larry Miller, and National League Baseball's most valuable player Mike Schmidt to Late Night with David Letterman.
Saturday on the Golden Girls, will a trip to paradise backfire?
All I wanted was a tan on my thighs. How am I going to get a date without a telephone?
Go sit in the bar without underwear.
And